I'm going to talk about why I think it's very important for everybody to filter their reality. Most people are just going through this life unfiltered. They're allowing everything that is around them into their mind. They're allowing their subconscious mind that's been so misconstrued and fucked by social media and by all these new social norms to be accepted. And it's starting to mess heavily with their actual conscious reality. And it's starting to lead a lot of people down a path where I don't think they understand where they're going. They're going into great depressions. They're going into all of this anxiety that they don't even know how to handle anymore, but they find all these social norm ways to cope with it, or they'll get on some medicine, or they'll just simply lie to themselves. No one's perfect. No one's gonna never lie to themselves to get through things, to make themselves become better, right? It's just depending on what you're telling yourself that's gonna make yourself better. If you gotta lie to yourself and say, I am the greatest at making it through anything that makes me feel like shit, well then guess what? You're gonna be the greatest at making yourself get through anything that makes you feel like shit. That's just a simple fact. But if you're lying to yourself and saying, oh, I am never going to get anxious if I just drink and hang out with these friends all the time and do absolutely useless things all day long, then you're lying to yourself. You're also lying to yourself by saying, I can live the most mundane day ever. I can live the most average day possible. I can live the most boring life ever, but I deserve the absolute utmost millions of dollars possible. I deserve the absolute utmost high quality of life. That's just you lying to yourself, and you're going to tell yourself that lie long enough until reality hits you in the face and you understand you didn't put in any work to deserve any of that. So it's very important that you filter your reality. Whatever you're allowing into your reality right now, understand that it's going to impact your future. It's going to impact how you think. It's been impacting how you think, but it's going to also continue to impact how you think. Your past, whatever you've accomplished in your past, whatever you've been through in your past, whatever you've experienced in your past, doesn't have to necessarily become your future. You can simply have gone through the pain and suffering required to be somebody, to amount to every single goal possible, go through that, and then simply move on. It's a matter of moving on, a matter of understanding the times in which you need to move on to put yourself in the utmost best position possible and make it and achieve all of your goals. So it's very, very important that you start to filter your reality, right? Everybody's going to go start their New Year's list. Everyone's going to start making a list of, again, the things that they want, the things that they want to achieve, the things that they want to acquire, all their desires, wants, and needs, and all that. But what they're not going to do is something that is very crucial to you actually gaining success. And that is filtering out your reality. What have I been allowing into my reality recently? Or what have I been allowing into my reality at all? What have I allowed into my mind, right? What have I allowed myself to think? Start double checking your own thinking. Start to be conscious of what you're thinking on a day-to-day basis, because on a long enough time frame, you're going to be able to get a puzzle of something that's keeping you down, or you're going to get a puzzle, a piece to the bigger puzzle as to why you're becoming successful, as to why you're thinking the way that you're thinking. And on a long enough time frame, when you're more conscious of what you're thinking on a day-to-day basis, and you filter out what you want to think and why you want to think that, and why you don't want to think what you don't want to think, you start to piece together a puzzle of all these things that are good to think of, and how it's going to generate this picture that you have in your mind of your success. Instead of just going about your average day thinking the things that you think, letting any thought get into your mind, not trying to understand why you thought that, or why you understood it like that, or how is that going to propel me forward to becoming the best version of myself. Should I allow that into my mind? But I've been allowing it for so long. Well, it's actually no good for me, so why continue to do that? Let me just wipe it out. It's as simple as wipe out, done. But people will overdo it, people will complicate their own mind and, oh, I just can't stop thinking about this, I can't stop doing this because of whatever reason, and then you paralyze yourself. There's a clear picture of what you want to achieve. All you need to do is get the pieces to that puzzle and start placing them in the appropriate spots. And then by the time you know it, that picture is real. It's your actual real life reality, because if you can see it in your mind, you can make it happen 100%. It's just a matter of understanding these things I'm telling you and actually applying them. So filter your reality like your life depends on it, because your life does. You can sit there and write everything you want to get done. You can sit there and write your New Year's resolution, or how you're going to wake up and start taking these useless cold showers, or how you're going to stop talking to these people because it's going to make you a better person. Well, sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes it's not enough to cut out people. Sometimes it's not enough to start building better habits. Sometimes it's more than enough to filter your reality, to put yourself in the best position possible so that you can ultimately make it. So you can ultimately make the picture that you have in your mind become a true, raw reality, regardless of what anybody says. Because one of the main things that really hold people down is what they think that other people think of them. When the true, raw reality to that is nobody really cares that much. Yeah, you'll have some people that hate on you because they see you getting bigger in the gym, or you'll have some people that want to hold you down because they can kind of see that you're getting better. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of negative feedback from people because you're simply doing things that they're not willing to do, right? There's a willingness to do the things that you know you must do. They just don't have that same willingness, so they want to alienate you. They want to make you feel like you're less than them, because you're becoming more than them, right? And that's not to shit on anybody. That's not to make anybody feel a kind of way. Oh, you're less than me, or I'm gonna, become better than you and rub it in your face. That's not the point as to why you yourself need to be becoming better. You need to be becoming better because it actually means something to you. And if it means something to you, it's strong enough for you to continue forward, for you to achieve your goals, and for you to achieve anything that your mind sets out to achieve. But it starts with heavily, and I mean heavily, filtering your reality.